blessed and lucky that I got to be one among them. Now, I am actually at the place that I wanted to be all those years back. Like ever since my 7th grade, I've been sitting in the chairs like you guys are sitting. But I wanted to someday be those people that stand over here and give advice. You know why? That's less scarier from when I was there. I thought it was easier to stand and speak than to sit and write these tests they make us write. They think those two were easy then. But you know what? That was the easiest part of my life. Why? Because standing here, all those, if I'm not wrong, 35 hours of research, of sitting, brainstorming, not one, not two, 6 to 7 people who are already way busy in their life, but yet made this effort to make this possible. Why? Why do they go through all that? They could rather go out chilling with their family. Now they have so many other jobs to do in life. But why take this effort? Have you thought about it? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because the topic we're covering here today is that important. They wish someone told them that in their life. I wish someone told, and they have told me, but not as much as the information I have today was available then. But now all these hours of effort has gone into so that you, each and every one of you, will leave here today only with those knowledge and so many tremendous, it's like an ocean of options that you have in life. So, to begin with the slide, competency and competency exams. Right? What is competency? Can I have an answer from someone, please? Feel free to, answer. What is competency? Hello? You. Give me an example or rather a definition for competency. Yeah, I know you. So yeah.
Competition and exams, like entrance.
Not so much. Well, a round of applause for the guy. Amen. Okay, so let me begin with a question again. How many of you over here are competent? Show me, raise your hands if anyone thinks they are competent. Okay, I'll ask you this question again after I give you the definition for competency. Competency is the ability or talent to do something. Anything in the world. Do you think you're able to do something in this world? Are you sure? Yes. Louder, are you sure you're competent? Yes. So how many of you are competent? All of you, right? That's good. Now there's a difference. Finally you have learned competency. Now let's go to the competitive exams. All these buildings around you, all these walls, what are they made of? What support that? It's a bar of steel. There are so many bars of steel among them. I'm sure all of us have seen these kind of constructions before, right? Have you or not? Have you seen those, many of those rods, steel rods standing above? Alright. Have you seen what bridges are made of? They have steel in them too, right? Now, aren't they the same? Are they supposed to do the same job? Do you think a steel rod that supports a wall can fit in a bridge? Can it? You sure? A steel that's there in the bridge, can it fit in a wall? They have two different purposes, but the same thing, right? Now, Richard M. Nixon said, the finest steel has to go through the hottest fire. The finest steel? Read with me. The finest steel? Yeah, so the bigger purpose you're going to serve, the bigger thing you're going to be known for, you're going to go through that much more trouble. But at the end of it, it's all worth it. Right? Now I'll tell you, there are different career options. So many today than before. You guys know, even YouTubing is a career option, right? You guys know that? How many of you know more than 5 YouTubers? Raise your hands. More than 2? Awesome. Okay, so there are so many career options today. Right. Do you think, is there any particular career option that's easy to go through? Do you think there is any one course, or rather, if you are in 10th, do you think there is any option that you could take in 11th that's going to make it easy for you down the road? Do you think, any suggestions? Do you think there is science, there is commerce, there is accountancy, there is humanities, remember, that's it? Alright, there is journalism, that comes again under humanities, anyways. So, which of these is the easiest? Which? Science. Okay. I need more answers. There are more, I gave you so many options. Which? I don't really answer here. You guys are more active. You guys active? Okay, so give me an option that you can take after 11, after 10th, that's going to make it easier. Commerce. Okay. I'll tell you what. If you take commerce, you either end up being an accountant, you're going to be a manager, you're going to do some sort of business, right? Right? Okay. If you take up engineering, there are different branches of engineering, right? Now I'll tell you, today we know there are engineers that make the exactly same amount of money as that of a businessman. Is it true? There's a businessman, a business tycoon who makes over $1 lakh a year, and there's an engineer who does the same. So you're telling me one guy, okay, after 10th was smart enough to take up commerce and reach there easier than the other guy. Do you think that's true? Okay, now fix this thought right now, this very moment. There is nothing easy about your life. How many of you want to settle down after you have studied in your life? How many of you think there's a time in your life where you are done studying? How many of you? Raise your hands or something. Okay, so that is the truth of life. Every day you live, every day you breathe, you're going to study something. So there is no shortcut through that. Right? So, an engineer might have taken 10 years of hardship. The similar years of hardship, similar kind of hardship, a businessman will have to go probably in 15 years. Or probably a doctor in 5 years. The hardship is going to be there in everyone's life. So you decide, okay, you want to retire early, that's not possible. There's no retirement. You're always going to do something. You're always going to be doing something in life. So you want to do something you like, or you want to do, take a longer period of time, or up to you, the options are open. But do not say the misconception that you are going to have an easy road. Because that's not possible. Each and every one. Okay, next question. How many of you think you're smart? How many of you think that you are smart? You're brilliant. Your IQ is mind-blowing. Really, no hands? Who gave you the notice that all of you guys are not enough? You guys are awesome, man. Give it up for you guys. You guys are awesome. Give it up, give it up. Yeah. Now competencies. Okay. I will tell you. Okay. You think, how many of you think that IQ is a major player in deciding how successful your scores are going to be? In high school, in your 11th, 12th, 8th, all these years. Do you think if you are smart enough, I need a reply, alright? If you are going with the flow, if you agree to the notion, say yes. If not, say no. Then I can know if I have to go further or stay over there. Alright, so how many of you believe that IQ or how smart you are has anything, how intelligent you are, right, has anything to do with your high school scores? How many of you think? The greater your IQ, the higher your scores. We all have that one friend or two friends in our class who sit all the time at home studying, reading, right? They have nothing else to do in life but read and read. All they do on the computer is Google stuff or studies. Where do they chill in life, right? Do you agree with me? You have seen those guys, right? How many of you are amongst them? Do you think their IQ are high? Awesome. We have one smart IQ person. Yeah. All right. How many of you are among? How many of you think that guy or that girl has a high IQ than you? My God, we are not reacting. Anyways, I'll proceed. So there is a study in Australia, right? This school of education did a survey last year amongst high school students. Alright, out of 300,000, that's 3 lakh students interviewed before the high school examination, alright, they were asked, how many of you think you're going to score highest and why? So all of these kids started pointing out to each other. Whether that guy has a better IQ than me, he's going to score higher. So they did a standard aptitude test, alright, a standard, like a rough. And they decided to take out 100, let's say 100 students out of them who had the highest IQ amongst them, right? So there's obviously, like they're supposed, according to what the previous kids said, this guy was going to top, right? All these 100. But guess how much came out with toppest of marks? With highest of marks? Only 10%. Now they were smart. These kids were the smartest of 3 lakh students. Out of 300,000 students, these 100 were the smartest. But why? Why was the 10% different from 90%? Now I'll tell you. The study concluded that the only reason why the 10% passed, or rather there were others amongst the remaining 290 who again topped the exam. But the only reason, or rather 3 reasons they could conclude on the survey was 1, practice exams. Now, how many of you think you can start driving like an expert in a day? Or rather start swimming in a day? Or start climbing mountains in a day? Or be an awesome athlete in a day? That's not happening. So what makes you think the same is the case with your academics exams? Your 12th exam, 10th exam, what makes you think that's the same case? Everything, anything you're an expert at, you're the best at, you do it every day. Now, the first point of the conclusion was, what was it? More what exams? Practice exams. Louder, what was it? Okay. Second was reduce distractions, right? And the third point was do the extra mile. Do the one thing, the guy who's playing around is not doing. These 3 things are going to help you top any exam. There is no beating you. Each and every one of you are awesome. And next time someone asks you who is smart, I want all your hands raised. Because Cigi'S is giving you that. Now, okay, I'm going to talk about few competitive exams. Why it's called competitive exams is competition is the real world, right? Only after you try to beat these tiny exams that means nothing in your life, but do a lot for your life. Once you go through these, the other upcoming exams after your 12th grade are going to be easy. Believe me, you will be like, I've been here, I've done that. You heard the dialogue, I've been there, done that? Yeah, so that's what you're going to be saying yourself once you go, or I say you write all these exams and many more, which will be given to you in a handout later. So the first exam I'm going to talk about is NSTSC. How many of you know NSTSC, or how many of you have written NSTSC? How many of you have written NSTSC? Okay, there are a lot of you guys. Fine. NSTSC stands for National Level Science Talent Cert Exam. National level? Okay. Their motto is making younger generations stronger in fundamentals and nourishing their minds for a brighter and enterprising future. They are from the classes 12, till classes 12 from 2nd onwards. They follow Cigi'S syllabus, and the topper can win up to 2 lakh rupees. Now I know you all are NRIs, you have been here. 2 lakh doesn't seem a big, huge number, but believe me, today having 2 lakh rupees of 2000 note is huge. So work for it, and you get the registrations done at your school. Now, why is this different from your normal academic exams? First, I know all your complaints is we by heart what we have in the book, we go, we write it down, right? That has nothing to do with our life. That's what you think, right? Now these exams are going to check how much improvement you have than what grade you have got. How much understanding you have than comparing you from one another. And third is how much reasoning you can do. When you see something, how much of that can you reason with than just knowing, right? I know 1 plus 1 is 2. But if I see an apple and a second apple, can I know that's 2 apples? You get the idea, right? So these exams are very easy. How many of you found the exams, the test you wrote easy? How many of you found the test you wrote easy? I tell you, those questions are nothing in comparison to the exams you will have to write after your 12th grade. So had you been through these kind of papers, believe me, you will be having a huge smile on your face today while writing those answers. Anyways, carry forward. The more information you can find on Unified Council. I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to give you details on what's written on the PPT because you're going to have those in your handouts. But nevertheless, these are available for us over here in Saudi. Next up is Gulf Olympiad. How many of you know about Gulf Olympiads? Raise your hands.